Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today I'm going to be talking about the aftermath of the Ultimate Empire Showdown that SOE put on for Planetside 2, where the three factions all had three faction leaders and we competed on a huge scale. The event was held in the Book Bindery in LA and they decked it out, as you can see here. There's definitely a lot of lights. They had a fog machine going at one point, which I think they decided was perhaps not the best idea for a LAN party environment. And then they have all the teams lined up with lights shining down on them. Vanu in the center with purple, NC on the right, and TR on the left. And so all the teams were lined up in rows, and then myself, Total Biscuit, and C-Nanners, and the three devs that were playing with us were all up on the stage on podiums. Now, the rules for the competition were 3 challenges in game. The first one was whoever owned the most facilities, that's amp stations, tech plants, and biolabs at the end of a hour-long play session would win that challenge, and we won the first challenge. It was a lot of fun. Managed to hold off facilities. There's a lot of TR, but we managed to hold them up at a tech plant, or really chew up most of their time in that round. Then the second event, which is what you see right here, was whoever could hold the bastion at the end of an hour. And Vanu managed to hang on to it, but it was absolutely insane. And if it weren't for the TR and NC clashing with each other while trying to overthrow us, I don't know if we would have been able to hold it. The action was crazy. We pretty much maxed out the bandwidth at the event too. There were so many computers online and streaming going on and all that stuff that the lag became quite crazy at one point, but they managed to get it under control for the third event. And at the beginning of the third event, which was Ultimate Territory Captured by the end of an hour, I remember flying over a hill in my scythe and running into the entire Terran Republic army, which consisted of what seemed like about 40 mosquitoes and like 10 galaxies with an entire armored column to back it up. And I just saw that, and at that point realized that we were pretty much going to lose that event. Air superiority always has been a really important thing in Planetside, and Vanu had that for the first 2 challenges, but the third one, the TR, definitely had it. They just had Mossies everywhere. I took down a few here and there, but so many missiles were locking onto me I couldn't stay up in the air for long. And then we just couldn't rally again another big air force. We did try and move out a massive group of liberators at one point, but that was mostly just for show when we realized that we pretty much weren't going to be able to gain back territory. Now, playing on my squad, we had a lot of Azure Twilight guys. I think 7 or 8 out of the 12 guys were from Azure Twilight, and they're great players, really good with the communication. And Chase, I think one of the higher ups at Azure Twilight, he organized a lot of the other Vanu clans to outfits to try and back us up and help us out. Granted, the TR had, from what I hear, over 600 guys under their command, so they're able to move around multiple platoons and capture point. All in all, we had a lot of fun playing. Everybody there had a lot of fun playing. It was nice to be able to meet and talk to Total Biscuit and C-Nanners. They're both really good guys. Total Biscuit is definitely passionate about the game, and C-Nanners was having a lot of fun learning the game and playing the game. And he was really thankful for being there, and he thanked the Devil Dogs, who were a huge help on the NC. I ended up meeting a lot of cool guys there, a lot of people who were subscribed to my channel, or people who told me that they got into Planetside because they watched some of my review videos and watched some of my gameplay, and then got into Planetside, so that was cool. It was really weird signing autographs, let alone seeing giant posters of myself around the room. That's definitely a new experience for me. Hamma was there covering the event. If you guys aren't familiar with Hamma, he runs the Planetside Universe website, and that's just a great Planetside portal for news and stats, and they have their own wiki. Just a really good site that I check frequently. After the event, we went out to get some food, and I was hanging out with all the Azure Twilight guys and the guys who were playing for Vanu that night. A lot of cool guys. Got to chat with them a lot about the game. Talk about balance, talk about what we wanted to see in the future. And then after that, we went to a bar, and there's a few devs there. I got to spend a lot of time talking with Jimmy and Maggie, and Jimmy and I had a really long conversation about weapon balance. We were talking about discrepancies between factions, and he's a really passionate guy, a really smart guy about weapon balance. and we got deep into like gun philosophy and balance philosophy and all that stuff. And although we didn't exactly agree on every point, you know, I feel really safe having gun balance in the hands of Jimmy and the rest of the dev team over there. These guys are really smart. They're always looking at the game, always checking out stats, trying to figure out what guns are doing best, what guns might be overpowered, and trying to make sure everything's balanced so one faction doesn't have a clear advantage over the other. One thing I forgot to mention when I got there in the morning, John Smedley was there. I got to have a conversation with him. He's the CEO of Sony Online Entertainment, and this guy loves video games. I mean, how many CEOs of video game companies do you meet that actually play hours upon hours of video games every day? He actually said he put in at least 2 hours to Planetside every day. And I think it really speaks highly of a company when you know the CEO is actually playing the games and very in touch with the community. So that's pretty much it for the event. I want to thank all the employees, all the devs at Sony for coming there, making it awesome. All the Planetside players there, everybody who came up to me and said, hey, I love your channel, you know, that actually means a lot to me, and that was really cool to hear in person. I hope you guys enjoyed the little Ultimate Empire Showdown overview, and I'll see you guys next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.